So you describe yourself, let's see, as a pro-social entrepreneur. I've come to believe that what I'm supposed to do on the earth is bring new solutions to old problems. And you've done that again and again. You mentioned that you have an eighth charity foundation that you're working on. Can you tell us at all about that?
It is a very, very frightening time to be Jewish in America, which I thought was a safe place.
I
So I'm going to put my eighth charity together, People4Peace.net. I was born Jewish. I was raised Jewish. There is a level of anti-Semitism that is based on such ignorance, and it's stirred up by really malevolent people. But my view is that most of Gen Z who say anti-Semitic things, it's because they don't understand. I mean, they think, the chosen people. But what do you think that means? And the answer is you are chosen to serve. You are chosen to do tikkun olam, which is Hebrew for lift up the world. And it's not a choice. You have to do it because you have been chosen to do it, and you wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of God. I don't think it's the fault of the young people. It's the fault of the really hateful people who have fed them a bill of goods and have given them a target of hatred. And we've now got three sources. There's some Islamic hatred, there is some far-right neo-Nazi hatred, and then there's this whole new thing, which is hard left. Can we agree that the death of women and children is always an appalling, inhumane, terrible thing? And the people I meet with say, yeah, I agree with that. And I say, all right, let me talk to you about October 7th, 2023.
Allahu Akbar!
Because 2,000 terrorists went into the south of Israel, and I don't expect you to believe me what they did. I've got the body cam footage of what they did. They set babies on fire. They murdered parents in front of their children. They raped little girls. They beheaded people with garden hose. They are barbarians. And what they want is written in black and white on the Hamas website. It's right there. And they very handily have translated it into English. They want the Jews to be dead. And when they say river to the sea, which most people in America don't know what the river is and they don't know what the sea is, but what they mean is we want the Jews dead and we want to conquer that country. And what the Jews say is we don't want anyone to die. We would actually like to be good neighbors. Can we remember, please, that when Israel occupied Gaza the last time, 10, 12 years ago, they gave it back. They said, here are the keys. And they left all the greenhouses and all the infrastructure and everything. And Hamas went in and burned it all down. What I'm trying to do, it's called People4Peace.net. And the 4 is a number 4, so People4Peace.net. What I'm trying to do is to use very carefully 45-second video and to say to young people who I do believe have compassion, and I do believe it's misplaced in the wrong direction. Why are the bad guys, the evil ones, the cult of death, why are they hiding behind women and children? Which doesn't make the death of women and children in any way a good thing. It's disgusting. It's terrible. I wish it wasn't happening. But after October 7th, 2023, where Hamas murdered about 2,000 people, villagers, farmers, and also some of them, maybe half, at a music festival, bunch of young people. One minute they're jumping up and down, dancing to a live band, and the next minute they're being shot dead. Why did they do that? What does it mean? We've got the most amazing cell phone audio.
قاعد بكلمك من جوال يهودية قتلتها وقتلت جوزها 10 بيدي يابا قتلت 10.
What is the first responsibility of a government? It is when your civilians are massacred, and this was the worst massacre since the Second World War, since the Holocaust, your first obligation is stop that happening ever again. And they have been trying to do that. They have to stop rockets with no guidance system being fired at elementary schools, etc. That's what governments have to do. It's their number one priority. Make our people safe. That's what they're doing. And, you know, it's ugly. And I wish it would stop. Hamas could stop it in 5 minutes. They could just say, okay, we're not doing that fighting anymore. We've lost. And Israel would say, thank God, all these volunteer soldiers can go back to their day jobs. I also am very much aware half of the young people in America think that the Jews have horns. You know, the Jews have the space lasers and they've put microchips into people in the vaccines. I mean, just sort of like the mind is boggled. We don't want to replace anybody. You know, just could you leave us alone? You know, we gave you Einstein and penicillin and vaccines and this, that, and the other. All those Nobel Prizes benefiting the world, all this science that's come out of Israel. We don't want anything from you. Could you just leave us alone to raise our families? My grandson got himself admitted to 5 universities. He's 17. And a whole new phenomenon. Where can he go from the 5 where he is least likely to be punched in the face going from the dorm to the library?
Wow.
Never had to think that one through before. We have a young cousin on the track team at UCLA who couldn't leave her dorm all through that period with the green and black tents because she couldn't, I mean, she took off her Star of David and so on and so forth, and she has blonde hair, and she still couldn't go anywhere because they knew that she was Jewish, and she was being spat at and pushed. I mean, just it is a very, very frightening time to be Jewish in America, which I thought was a safe place. So I'm going to put my 8th charity together, People4Peace.net, and we'll take help however we can get it. You know, in the end, I have to be brave and say, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Jews, a minority, are not exempt from minority rights because they are Jews. They should have them as well. And one of those rights is the rights to have a homeland.